say, good afternoon, Coach Fred.
Good afternoon, Coach Fred.
Good afternoon, family. Good afternoon.
Fred, take it over, baby.
We keep that part in there because guess what? That was the same train that at 11, 12 o'clock at night that would wake me up because it would come right past where I was betting at. My dad, Mr. Frederick Spry, Hamilton Spry Sr. I'm a chip off the old block, but you know what I'm saying, I would never be able to carry, you know, the burden and the load that he did for this community, but I'm trying. And this monument is a documented and well-deserved monument for a person that, my father was a great pillar of this community, not to pull his chain or to brag or boast. Also, Mr. Spry was the first and only black transportation supervisor of a school district in the whole state of New York for 23 years. This is a gentleman that only had a 10th grade education, and in Maryland, his sharecrop was corn. Me and my sister helped him pass his GED, and he went on to become the first, like I said, and only black transportation supervisor of a school district in the whole state of New York for 23 years. He was a police officer, and you know, I learned at his funeral that you know, what saved his life was because he was the type of individual that when whether he was on duty or off duty, he always gave the person a fair shake. So, you know, that saved his life during that time period. The other way. Time, you're on break. Let me see that energy. Come on, let me see that energy. Focus the man in the middle. Focus on the man in the middle.
Keep your eyes here, Matthew.
Okay, everybody stop. You know, he gave me a whole bunch of props for how much these kids have come along, but it's not just me. Me and him together has become successful in the way this is turning out. Because like I said, at any time we just had another person that just came a little later, you can have 10, you know, 15 to 30 kids here, and it's like you said, it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with different age groups and different attention span, different levels of a child's attention span. But through the grace of God and through hard work and determination, we've come a long way with our kids.
My name is Wes Ardepi. I'm the director of the program. Fred is our director of training, and he's done an exceptional job. And you know, we look forward to continuing to, you know, to raise the youth and offer programs so that will really help them not only here, but certainly they can take any of the lessons that they learn outside of the gym and apply them, you know, to their daily lives. And that, you know, that to me, that's a winner. And that's what we plan on creating through here, champions and winners. Done an exceptional job, and you know, he's strict, but he's fair, and he's one of the only coaches that I've really been able to deal with that can truly deal with the kids, because it's not easy, you know, putting your time out the kids, because it takes patience. That's it. And we have the patience, and we love the kids. I mean, you know, that's where we want to be as far as, you know, our youth is starting with this age, so that we can really have an impact on how they feel. Coach Fred, it's been great having him. You know, he's done so much for the program. He comes from a great lineage, as you've seen earlier, you know, through his father, and he's certainly continued to give, you know, all the knowledge that he's gained, you know, through the years. So, you know, we're proud of that.
Actually, this is the front of Peekskill Beat First Boxing. This is 1137 Main Street. To the right of where I'm standing is the pharmacy, which is Walgreens, and that's North Broad Street. So we're actually at the corner of North Broad and Main. I would like to get back to touching bases with why this documentary was actually being done, is to and I want to say it like this, we're really trying to big up Peekskill Jam Peak Shelter and the fact that we are really trying to unmask homelessness. And you can be a homeless person and go through the right programs and get back on your feet. I'm a live witness of that. Okay, I'm a live witness of completing the Jam Peak Shelter program, their assessments. I can tell any kid or any adult that it's worth your while. You do not have to be homeless. Programs like the Jam Peak Shelter here in Peekskill, which is down on Lower Water Street, down on Lower, I think it's 200 Water Street. The staff there is amazing. The food there is amazing. If you think that you're not going to eat well, or if you think that people are going to look down upon you or whatever, or anything of that nature, you are sadly, and wrongly mistaken.
With the economy, my artwork was not really selling that well. And my friend of 13 years, we met at the brokerage house in Wall Street where I worked. And he was a fundamental analyst. And we became very close friends. And when I was downsized from many brokerage firms, I wanted to basically just work on my art and my poetry and just doing what I love to do. I had enough of the corporate world. So my friend decided to help me with my rent while I pursue my artistic ambition. My first painting was a painting of one of Monet. And how it came to be is with my friend, artist, she wanted to do like flowers and all that, and I basically didn't really want to do that. I wanted to do like scenery. So she was like, "Oh, Veronica, you just started to learn. Why would you? I don't think you're able to do that." So I went to the library and I took a book of Monet and I chose something that I liked. And I sat for like 6 hours, and I did that scene, and I took it to my friend, and she's like, "Veronica, you're an artist." So that's how it started, and it was a real accomplishment for me, seeing that I did like art, but I never thought I was capable of doing something like that. And sometimes you really do not know what you're capable of doing until you try it. So it was very rewarding for me. I never thought I would be an artist. But my neighbor was an artist, and she wanted to teach art. And she says, "Veronica, you be my guinea pig." So I started with my neighbor, and that's how it happened. And I wrote this poetry, my son. His face is like a ray of sunlight that brightens up my every day. He's my hope, my future, my world. He's my son. The little baby boy I once held to my chest had grown up to be the very best. I am proud of the strength he shows, the wisdom that he knows, and the exceptional person my son has grown to be. I know that I have been blessed because I can be at rest, knowing that my son is always at his best. Although I was going through all the depression and I was seeing a psychiatrist and a therapist twice a week, but knowing that I had a roof over my head and food and people to speak with, and they're available to me if I'm depressed or if I need to speak to someone. So that eased my mind a bit. And after 5 months of being here, I was able to get a housing, a beautiful studio apartment. And I thank God every day. And the view, the view at Jan Peak is priceless. When I was really depressed and down, I just walked to the Hudson River. It's right there, and it just soothes my mind. It helped me with my poetry. I read a lot. I did a lot of poetry. I I'm very, very fortunate to have had Jan Peek in my life. Definitely. Looking forward, I going to continue to do my artwork. I do have an art show coming up in July of next year at the Mayo Pack Library. I'm also going to, my main thing right now is to incorporate my artwork with my poetry. And I don't think anyone have done that before. So I think I'm probably going to be unique in that way. And I think it's going to go very well. So some people they need help, but they cannot see that they need help. So if someone cannot see that they need help, then, and the help is available to them, they're not going to reach for it. So I reached for it, and Jan Peek was there to give me the help I needed. And I am very fortunate to have had such a wonderful people at such a wonderful place.
I made a promise to this lady that I would never again go to be incarcerated or use drugs, and I've done that. Now I'm going on 15 or 16 years. I was incarcerated for 38 years. I only had really three wishes, three things that I've always wanted in my life is to have my own apartment, to have a dog, and to have a car. And I guess the most important thing for me was to have my own set of keys, where I can call this my home instead of living under the stars and whatever, you know. I guess I'm here because of my paintings. I started painting when I was about 8 years old, and I really never, cared. I mean, I didn't think I had it painted that good, you know what I mean? But a lot of people kept asking me to do portraits of their mother, their fathers, their kids, fish, dog, whatever, you know. And I started getting better and better and better. I just love to do poetry, you know. Draw somebody's face, but I don't want to just do his face. I want to capture the feeling, you know, how he really feels deep inside. I can look at a person and like see right how he feels, because I've been through that, you know, and that's the kind of paintings I like to do, and I do, you know, and I sold most of them. You know, I don't have really not much paintings right now. I just have like a few here and in my house. One day I sat down in the corner down here by the stop sign and just started crying. I was tired of living the way I was, man, you know. I was homeless and everything, and I wasn't going nowhere. Started living outside, started driving cabs, and actually that was my home, was a cab, because I used to work like 18 hours a day driving cabs, because I was homeless, like I said. And I guess all the money went into drugs, all the money, everything that I could make $500 and I'd be broke tomorrow. I used to be afraid to just look in the mirror, because all I see was death, man. You know, I was like, if I was dead, I didn't feel nothing. I was just existing. I was just there, you know. I got $50,000 for an accident that I was in, and in less than a month I was broke. I mean, I was supporting everybody's happy. And just to have somebody to talk to, you know. I didn't care who you was, as long as you sat there and I could talk and say goodbye. Actually, I was like using them, you know. And after, like I said, the money ran out, I was by myself all over again. And it's the story of my life.